Welcome to the old man's corner. Grab a chair and come on in. When I was younger, my dad used to take us on vacations every once in a while. He'd load us all up in his station wagon and we'd get all set and head out. Usually early in the morning. Usually we all also went down south to visit family there because my dad's brothers and sisters and all lived down in that type of area. And that's who we went to visit, and then with my cousins. Well, this day we went and visited family, and we stopped over in Arkansas and visited my grandma. And then we left there and we stopped in at Aunt Winnie's house. And she lived kind of out in the country, and they had some farm animals and stuff. And it was interesting. They had a big old two-story house. They had some chickens out there wandering around all over the place. They had some hogs in a pen and stuff. Well, back in those days, and when the adults wanted to talk, you took outside and stayed out there and kind of played around and visited while they were talking. That was just habit. So we was out there and I was visiting with my cousins and stuff. And one of my cousins, he climbed into the pig pen, hog pen, and he was chasing this hog around. And he sat on it and started riding it. And it started running, and all of a sudden he fell off and smack dab in the mud. That was the nastiest thing I ever saw, because that pig pen was exactly what it is, a pig pen. So we had to go get him out of there and get him all washed off. And, we still stayed around out there, messed around. So we were heading back up towards the house, and like I said, these chickens were out roaming all over the place, and this rooster all of a sudden took a fancy to my little sister. He kept jumping up at her, trying to flog her, scratch her, and flapping his wings. And I don't know what caused it, but he just kept after her, and so finally we had to go into the house to get away from it. Told Aunt Winnie that that old rooster was out there acting up and was flogging my little sister. So she said, okay, so she went out the front door and went out there, and she goes, okay, which one was it? And my sister pointed over this little rooster, and he came running up there, and when he reached down and grabbed him and swung him by the neck and broke his neck, I thought, man, you don't want to mess with this woman. And it was kind of strange because I wasn't used to that. I hadn't seen that. Now, occasionally when I remember my dad, when I was growing up, we'd get chickens and we'd have to help him clean them, and that's what he did. He would pick it up, swing it around, pull its head off by snapping its neck, and the chicken run around the yard with no head. Well, I thought, well, that's the end of that chicken. So later that night, they decided we're going to have supper, and we all gathered in around the table, and everybody was talking, have a good old time. Aunt Winnie says, I sure hope you guys like fried chicken. That was enough for me. Ain't no way. She cooked up that chicken she just killed. I ain't eating that. Needless to say, I went without anything to eat for that night. It was funny. It's just a humorous thing. Just something I kept in my memory. So if you've had anything like this happen to you, where something that was really humorous and, kind of stuck with you through the years, drop it down in the comments and let me know. I love to hear your stories. Well, we'll talk to y'all later. Have a great day. Love ya. Bye.